Recording in progress.
Okay, it's now 6:06 on this Tuesday. Um, oh,
26th.
yeah, August 26th. And everyone has a copy of the agenda, hopefully. No?
Kinda.
I have it online.
Okay.
It wouldn't print out.
I can make another copy if
No,
anyone
no
would
need,
like.
no need.
Any changes to the agenda requested?
Looks good to me.
Okay. Mike?
The other thing would be if are we gonna talk about, are we gonna talk about Matt and what
Yeah, I
Matt?
didn't answer your question because we're gonna deal with that.
Okay.
That's on the agenda if you,
Sounds good.
number 4.
Cool.
Yeah, so we will know what's going on, what Nat said, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, no changes. So I started this at 6:05. No changes. Did anyone have a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting? Do you have any comments regarding that? I did read it, and frankly, my memory is so long ago on it, I couldn't determine whether it was accurate or not.
So I think we should have a default vote of yes.
Okay,
I vote yes.
so
That's moved. Has it been moved?
no corrections to the minutes.
It's interesting.
Okay, the minutes were accepted as presented
I
in the
second it.
Google
Yeah.
directory of our town office directory for this planning committee. Okay. Any abstentions in here? It's okay. Okay. Good enough. That brings the question in. Mike had brought up, on the 21st, I called Matt at Wyndham Regional. He ultimately called me back before the day was over. And he indicated that he had sent a number of things to Donald. And I indicated that there was a change in the chairmanship and that if he could kindly send me copies of those things. I couldn't remember frankly if Donald had sent them to me or not. And so I don't know if I had them or not. I think I had some. I'm not sure where they came from. That probably was Donald or Matt when he sent them to Donald, sent them to everybody. I don't know. Did anyone else get a copy of the tools and so forth?
I got what you sent me.
Yeah, I got the 6 documents that were sent
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I have anything from Don that is some sort of what I suspect would be a communication from Matt saying, there's 100 sections in the plan. If you're only gonna do the minimum, you need to update these 10.
Okay.
And that's what I was expecting to receive or hoping to receive. I don't think I received it. And that, and then, so I don't think I have it,
Okay. Okay.
but that's what I was hoping we might get from Matt, those 10, and even a statement from him saying, oh yeah, and you can hire me $5,000 to help you update those 10.
Okay.
I was hoping to get that. I don't think I have either.
Okay, so I told him to send to me the things that he had.
Yeah.
And that he had sent to Donald, and he did that very same day. Which everything he sent me was what I then turned around and sent to you. 'Cause
Okay.
you should have been in the loop, basically.
Okay.
In my opinion, I would like to see you as chair in the loop. So there's things that you've heard of, things that you've seen, things that you've had a chance to review, and you can help in any way possible that you feel you have the time for and desire for, essentially. And when we talked today, you'd already be aware of what those things were. He did mention there were things that we could condense to. He said, as it stands right now, basically what we have, there's 2 choices. You can either do an abbreviated update that you've referred to, or we can go the full route. He says, given the short time frame that's left, he would advise that this group spend the necessary energy to try to get this all done by the end of the year, so that it goes to the 2 hearings and is approved by everybody, hopefully in March. So what he said is he's gonna, he was not able to show up tonight. He is at this meeting that I'm listening to over here, and semi-participating in. And so he couldn't come, he would have liked to, but he did say that he will be sure to be here on the night. And he will go over with us in detail those things that we would need to do if it was just 10 or whatever. Uh, uh, and he in passing said one of the spreadsheets that I sent you had data and maps. He said that will indeed have to be put into the plan that we create for the basic plan.
Yeah.
There's no way we can get around that. He said that whether we were to have done the full plan, or whether we're to do this adjudicated, or I can't say adjudicated, but abbreviated, uh, readoption, I guess it's a readoption of the existing plan with some minimal upgrades. Said both of those would have to go the 2 hearings that are required by statute. So, let's see. He would go over with us the goals, the policy procedure of the to be updated plan, the maps, any existing conditions that are required to be put in there by law. He'll review the steps that we need to take, and he said we will be involved with having to take out stuff that's outdated. So, and as I say, the 2 public hearings will need to be done. So as I see it, I didn't wanna, I mean, although the short abbreviated process seems a logical thing, I certainly didn't want to take it upon myself to make that decision on myself, so I left it here as number 5, action, update, discuss, so that we all be in agreement that we want to all go the short route. He says he would much rather we spend our time, I said to him, first, before he said what I'm about to say, that, we did want to update the town plan, and we were looking toward 2026 to do that. I said my personal opinion was that, without having had a discussion in a meeting like this, that we try to do as much as we can in 2026, as we've got people who have energy and are willing to do it, to get it done and over with, so we don't have to touch it for the next 5 years. And give us a rest and just keep up the minimum things that we needed to do. So, he says, I agree completely. He said it would be too much, frankly, for the numbers that you've got and the people who have the time to do it before the end of the year. So he strongly endorsed that, and he said he'd be happy to help us as much as possible. I said that we had a discussion, you and myself, and you had mentioned that at a select board meeting last week, that you were gonna mention it because this was before the meeting last week, that you were gonna bring up to the select board fact that we had a need for him, that it appeared that we had several $1,000s, although a finite number was not stated, to apply to his efforts for us to get this thing done by the 16th of March. He said, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. I said that I had asked if we could, and I said, I'm gonna pursue that we get a number that is definitive, that we identify a number that we can create to you. So we're not into a situation where he's working, but he doesn't know if he's gonna be paid for all his time or what. And so we need to come to some process that everybody feels they've been fairly dealt with. And we know we got the basis covered in terms of monetary requirements. So I would ask that the next select board meeting, that dollar amount be brought up or decided upon if possible. He said he would prefer it that way. As a matter of fact, after I finished saying that, he said, I prefer to know what you've got available so that I can judge where I need to be, which is what I said initially before.
So my brain, I got a little bit flipped. So I got the impression that there is a baseline of work that needs to be done. I would like to hear from Matt, if you wanted to hire me to do that baseline.
So you want a number from him?
Yeah, and then see if we can get that, that from the select board.
Okay,
And then, so let's, I don't know, pick it up, let's say it's $6,000, or 8,000, whatever the number is. I'd like to go in and try to get that number.
okay.
And then if, if we need 8 and we can only get 4, then we start talking to him about, okay, what we do for the 4, what will be left for us to do? That kind of thing.
Okay.
20 was the number for him to do the whole plan, right? Back
6, and,
something, 20 is stuck in my head for whatever reason. And, uh, so, so what the select board had said was, geez, we're not gonna go for 20, but if, they would be willing to try to find money to help to the minimum and was whatever he thinks he needs.
good evening, Leah.
Good evening. Good to see you all.
Yes, thank you for joining. You did good. You did it 15 minutes earlier. We're just talking about our approach to Matt Bachelor, who provided us, myself, and I sent to you guys all, the documents that he felt were critical for us to proceed with, the tools, the document that the town clerk would have to sign, etc. When we get to the end of this short exercise by the end of the year, and then go through the hearings. So there are checklists, the municipal plan review tool, the spreadsheet with the data and maps, etc. He mentioned all of that needing to be done for the basics, which, as I mentioned earlier, when you weren't here, that he said we still have to go through the 2 hearings, 30 days apart. We might have to have a whole public hearing as well. So he's gonna be here on the 9th of September, at 6 o'clock, or whenever we decide to hold the meeting. And if it's difficult, if this is something that you're in a bind on and can't be available until 6:30, whatever, we could perhaps consider moving the meeting to 6:30, so that, from present who's going to be. So that's basically where they were in my discussion with Matt. He didn't ask for any money, he didn't state a dollar amount. And I was basically pushing to let him know that we would want a dollar amount. But I didn't ask it from him. I said we didn't know what we could afford, and that the town needed to make a decision. And Mike was kind enough to just point out that he would actually prefer, in behalf of the select board, that he tell us what the cost would be to produce the so-called amended existing plan, so that it's acceptable for approval by both Wyndham Regional and the state. I believe Donald Woodford was given some information which Michael is aware of, and maybe from the last meeting we had, I don't know, where Wyndham Regional was gonna give us, or Matt was gonna give us 10 things apparently that we would need to change or do.
No, I made up the 10.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I don't know the number.
All right. Okay.
Some number that represents the minimum. we
Okay,
need to
so
do.
a number, okay, all right. So, I gather, that's the preferred route of the select board. I have no problem with that. I don't care who gives this number myself. So, I don't know if it requires a vote or not, but maybe just to be safe, and I'll make a motion that we press Matt for a number to provide us with a minimum item or document to be approved, and looking for a second.
Second,
It's seconded by Mike. Any comments, criticisms, discussion?
full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Okay, we're in the water. The engine's going. So, okay, that's what I'll do. I will, this evening before I go to bed, email Matt. So I don't have to do it first thing in the morning. I got 2 days before vacation, and I'd like to get everything done I can before I leave.
Just for the record, is this unanimous, Leah?
Yes, it
Please
is.
say that.
Yes, it is.
All in favor?
All in favor? It is. Okay, thank you, John, I appreciate your, I'm trying to go too fast.
I just wanna make sure.
Meetings.
Okay.
That's what's good about having a group. With talented people, we can't go wrong in the final analysis.
Can I,
Thank you for that delay. I'm in two meetings, Leah. I'm in a Wyndham Regional Commission meeting, listening to what's happening there. They need enough towns, certain number of towns, in order for the budget and the document outlining what we gotta do for the next 12 months. If they don't have the right number, they can't pass it, and that's gonna have to set for a month unknown, so. I'm just looking to say A or raise my hand or whatever. So, okay, we're gonna do the short route. I,
Why don't we take a vote on whether we're gonna do, how we're gonna, have we decided whether we're gonna do an abbreviated version or the full version?
I haven't taken a vote, because it sounded like simply the logical thing to do, but accurately, you're right, we should take a vote on
That's
that.
it.
Okay, so I guess, did you hear that, Leah?
Yes, I'm tracking you. I'm just staying on mute.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion that we, as far as updating the plan, that we take the minimum necessary approach. And use Matt as much as we can afford to help us get that across that finish line.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Okay, so John.
Uh,
Second.
I concur.
Okay, all right, so I guess, any discussion? Sounds like there's none. All in favor of taking the abbreviated route, say aye.
I
Leah,
They concur.
yes, I said I as well. It's just probably an echo.
Yeah, you're fading in and out, so, but keep trying. So that's good, that's unanimous. And I must say, I also sent, as a direct discussion with Leah, or not a comment, I came into this town office earlier today. I believe I implemented through the administrative function of Zoom, the ability to have this recording translated. So I hope that complies with your request. I guess we'll find out if it really works later on this evening.
I appreciate it either way. So even just the recording should suffice, and I can probably get it into a transcript pretty quickly. But appreciate you giving it a shot.
Do I need to do anything special to see that you get that translation and or recording? Or, I mean, do I need to copy it onto my thumb drive and then send it to you, or has they gone to you automatically in the past?
I have not been able to get access to it because I don't believe I can access like the administrative account. I'm still like a guest essentially. So I think it will be downloaded somewhere in the, for the account itself, or it may get sent to you by email. And if you don't mind
Okay,
forwarding whatever you get, it's great.
I hardly heard anything of what you said, or anyone here, it's going on and off rapidly. I think what I will do is I'll come in here early tomorrow if it's not available tonight. Uh, I understand that the translation will be a special file in the cloud along with the two video files, and I'll just send the package to you directly that way. Uh, I'll just do that. Okay, so I don't know if anyone wants to go over the tools that are here or do any of the work this evening, or whether people want to, between now and our next meeting, because. Sorry, thank you, audio's cutting out, but if you can send anything you receive, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so I need to respond. How would I do that? Let me see, show chat. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say, if you bear with me just a second. Okay. I'm sorry for this, guys. Okay, that's good. Uh. I don't know where you wanna go.
I have a question
This point?
on those tools.
Yeah,
Can you remind me again, you probably said this, but these tools, where did they come from? Did somebody send them to you? Did you dig them up yourself? Or did Matt send them to you?
man,
Matt sent all this stuff to you.
as I said earlier, yes,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Any other questions? Okay, I don't know if you wanna go over any of these tools tonight, I frankly think that, uh. It might not be productive, take a look at it yourself at your own time frame.
This looks like somebody who gets paid to write a lot of stuff.
It's rampant in state governments, that's all I can tell you. Whew. Whew. When I look at that WISP or SWIP program from Wyndham Solid Waste, I can understand some of it, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
looking to make additional work for people who already have a full-time job.
I guess I'm not inclined to want to walk through it at this meeting right now.
Okay, I'm not either.
And I'd rather Matt tell us which is the minimum necessary sections that need to be updated so I can focus on those, right? And then secondly, how much for him to help us do it, be the lead on doing it, with us kind of helping him. And then, so assuming there's four, I'll study more of the four, I'll study those closer rather than study 80 and we're gonna work on four.
Okay, I kind of, well, John, what do you think?
I think that's good. What I would hope, and I'm looking through my online files, I'm not seeing the last master plan, that I don't have an electronic copy of. If you could send that to me and to other people.
The last town plan,
Yeah, town plan.
it's on there somewhere.
Is it on the
It's on the
website?
town
It's on the
website,
town website.
and it's certainly,
Okay,
I believe I've downloaded it before. It's a lot of pages. I think.
yeah,
I'll send it to you as well, John. I don't know if you can hear me. We have it in our Google
Yeah.
Drive, and I'll send it tonight as soon as I'm in front of my computer.
well, I don't wanna bomb you, so if Leah's gonna send you it, I won't
Okay.
send you it,
that's great. Thanks, Leah.
okay?
Okay,
So, I may go into the, Google version if I feel up to it along the way and simply start replacing some of the outdated information.
I'm also more than happy to do that. I think, can you hear me okay?
Just a minute. Okay, I can break off this other meeting. And I don't have to listen to two conversations. Excuse me. He just said I can leave. Okay,
so it sounds like September 9th, we can start running after that. We'll start running one way, with his help, with others help.
it felt like saying that in the agenda, but on the other hand, if anyone wanted to bring up the fact that they wanted to work on it. I think that would help save us time if someone wanted to do that, or at least that time, I don't know. I don't, I wanna make sure I understand your thoughts and then ask John about it as well as. When, are we gonna be dependent heavily on Matt to do virtually everything and just stand by and watch? Cause I'm sure it's gonna affect his fee, or are we gonna offer to put in some effort to minimize what the cost is gonna be? I wanna know how to present it to him.
The opposite. He's the consultant in this equation, right? So he would say, option one, you know what, you guys can call it when it's done. It costs $10,000. Option two is we're gonna, I can do X and you guys do Y. And it'll cost you $5,000, something like that.
So
So I'm looking for him to kind of tell us,
give us guidance on, you can do this or you can do that, full spectrum.
yeah,
Okay.
we must have no matter what, we must have a review role, a review,
Oh, yeah.
even if he does a lot, we gotta review it, discuss it, give him feedback, right? Cause he's not gonna.
Review is kind of easy. It's putting together, I always find, creating the document or the item in the first place is the hard part. Because the decisions are made on that. So that pre-assumes or assumes that he's gonna be doing a lot of the work. I guess what I need to say to him, and I'll say it, you tell me whether I'm right or not, or whether I understand you completely or not, is that we would like to know to produce the minimum item, what the options are for our participation levels and what the cost of each of those might be. Does that sound reasonably accurate?
So let me just say a different version. He knows Wyndham very well. He doesn't know Brookline. Well, he may know Brookline very well, but the residents of Brookline know Brookline well, and the people here know Brookline better. Myself not included. So usually when you do town plan, you need somebody with local knowledge and information about what's important, so you have a more precise plan for the town. So it's, I, it's nice to say, yes, you do it and we'll review it. But I think there's gonna be more interaction depending on how much needs to be revised.
Well, to me, I'm doing, you know plans. This plan will be the first plan I've ever done.
Yeah,
So, but I've got a perception,
yeah,
okay? If I said to Matt, hey, Matt, you do everything, he'd likely say, Mike, there's 10 things that need to be done. I can't do everything. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. You
Exactly.
guys still gotta do these 2 or 3 things, and you gotta review the 8 things I do.
yeah,
So I'm not saying we don't have a role.
yeah.
I'm just saying, and again, we're doing the minimum necessary, which I perceive could be wrong. Is all compliance related,
Right.
updating this stat, updating that stat, filling this thing, checking this box. It's not so much. What's our
We're
vision?
not doing zoning, we're not doing land use planning, we're not doing those.
That's my
We
perception.
don't have time to do that. And
Exactly.
we don't have the support of the community necessarily to do that.
That's my perception.
Yeah,
It's a check, it's a few checkbox exercise, so that's my perception.
yeah,
So,
and he definitely put in the graphs and the demographics that he did
Right.
with,
It's just up
Right.
off the internet
Yeah,
of the
right.
state and
Yeah.
Wyndham Regional, so.
so I think after
Part of
September
it.
9th, then if he said, if I'm wrong, and there is 1 or 2 or 3 things that we absolutely need to take lead on, he should be telling us on September 9th,
sure,
and then we'll, okay, now we know.
yeah,
But I agree with you, having said all that. I
Yeah.
agree with,
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with it as well. I think it's a good observation. It's gotta get us that. And the other thing is that whatever that basic minimum is, may entail some of that. So we don't know until he tells us. So I'm prepared to do whatever, frankly. If he wants a little more or less, to make it right. And at the same time, not do a full thing, that's fine with me. Reality is what reality is gonna be. So, all right, where do we go from here? We don't need to go over any of these things. I think I had. We don't need to discuss the tools and you've already kind of looked at them. You need a copy of, which
And-
Lee is gonna send you.
That was true.
Yeah, okay. As I say, I may go in and just take some of the old stuff and change it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Leah can correct me, there's a way of doing this on Google. Where you can make changes and then they're not permanent. There's a little strip of space on the right side of the sheet that says Stan has made this correction, and then everyone else has to agree. So it won't be a final.
Yeah. There needs to be a little bit more technical conversion done, because what we have is a PDF and what we need is a Word document. So I'll spend a little bit of time tonight. So because a Word document can be edited easily and a PDF cannot. So I will go in tonight and I'll make sure that we have an editable version, and I'll share that as well as the final PDF from 2018 with everyone, and just, kind of clean things up a little bit so it's ready to be adjusted. And to your point, I guess I'm happy to support any of those kinds of tactical adjustments that we need to make once we get a better sense from Matt.
Yeah, that sounds good. If you can hear us, I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with that. Okay, all right. So I guess it sounds like, other than, I will actually email Matt, so I put it in writing. I always, that serves me well when I come to deal with FEMA. It makes sense, and what I'll say is, if I'm misstating this, the board members will chime in, since you'll all have it, and correct it to the way it ought to be or should be. If that makes sense. Okay. Anyone other than meeting with Matt on the 9th and going over the basics of the least common thing, and possibly finalizing any kind of, or getting numbers quote from him, which he may or may not want further info. Is there anything anyone attending today wanted to add or create an agenda for the next meeting above and beyond the obvious?
No, I think those are the things.
Yeah. John?
One
No, right.
Yes?
One item, just for clarification, and this is in my mind, is also just to kind of nail down a timeline for the governance, because I know, there's a public meeting, there's a select board approval. I think there may even be some other public like input requirements, and so I would be keen to just try to, as soon as we can, kind of get our own internal deadlines squared away, understanding there's, a lot we have to figure out, but that would at least help me make sure we're, staying on track.
Yes, yes. In the email that I sent to all of you as a part of organizing this meeting, I believe that was one of the things I listed. And I believe in my discussion with Matt on the 21st of this month, I also referenced that. So I've got it on the agenda. I will make sure that it appears on the agenda, and I will probably include that in my email to Matt later tonight, so that we have documentation of having asked him. And he's aware of the fact that if he hasn't made it a priority, that we certainly want a priority to be sure that we get the job done in a timely fashion. And I suspect that if he weren't helping us like that, it would be a very negative appearance of his planning and abilities if he did adhere to some kind of schedule like that and suggest one to us. Is there anything else at this point that doesn't require a vote that anyone wants to discuss? I hear silence is golden, the old saying in the 60s song. So I guess I'll adjourn the meeting at 6:38.
Was that the happenings?
I'm sorry.
Was that the happenings that saying silence is golden?
I never care who sang it. I like it.
So I'm old, but this is beyond my time.
Thank you all, and have a good evening, and be healthy and be well.
Thank you.
I think it's the happenings.
Take care.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.